send away for a priceless gift.
How old are you? 21?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you.
I can't sleep and I lay and I think the night.
Hi, Dad. Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Hi, that's my boy. That's my boy. I told ya.
Oh, nice ball.
I don't want to watch this, man.
It'll come.
Really? Yeah. Well, it hasn't come yet. You think
It will.
Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray. Come, Jesus, come. Let today be the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna break, but I'm holding on to a hope that won't fade. Come, Jesus, come.
Well, then we
We've been waiting so long for the day you return to heal every hurt and right every wrong. When Jesus comes.
Have I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? No, your real enemy is somebody that knows the truth, but they're afraid to tell you.
So, shortly thereafter, when I was getting no response from Nicole, on 11/26, I sent this letter as advised from my lawyer to her, Cliff, and her mom, Cecily. To whom it may concern, Cliff, Cecily, and Nicole Anderson, I am sending this letter in hopes to come to an agreement before needing to take action with courts of Borger, Texas. I, Richard Anderson, father of Elijah and Ethan Anderson, did leave both boys in the care of Nicole Anderson on May 10th at Cliff and Cecily Thompson's, where she resided. In talking to her, I stated that I was moving and would need 3 to 6 months to get the house in order and settled in. As of May, I had already had them half of the time, or half of my time. I felt it would be in the boy's best interest to give her child support for 3 months, totaling $500 each, totaling $3,000. I also at the time said I would like the boys to come visit me after this time for 3 to 6 months, alternating either every 3 months or 6 months. We have a parenting plan in place in Washington State that has 50-50 custody with no child support to be paid either way.
When non-specialists see it, what you see is a child who seems close to mom or close to dad. They can sit in an interview and the parent is rubbing the child's back and holding hands, and the child tells you how great the parent is and how bad the other parent is. Anyone who doesn't have specialty level expertise is liable to leave that interview thinking, what a great relationship. So I'll repeat the phrase, non-specialists almost always, and I don't use a term like that lightly, almost always mistake pathological enmeshment for healthy bonding.
This page 2, I assume the boys would both be in Washington State with her and her parents, which would be a safe environment. We pulled Ethan and Elijah out of school due to religious beliefs about the vaccine. That being said, Elijah went into a vocational trade school and got his GED, and Ethan was going to do homeschooling at the very minimum, but is currently doing no school. Nicole has since chose to move to Borger, Texas, which I applaud her for her decision, but at the same time has not attempted to uphold any of my custody rights. I am still their father and have been there for them for the past 17 years, including Nicole. When I had the boys on my weeks, we alternated weeks, make it a point to let Ethan go with her on walks and do bakes and just spend Wednesdays with Ethan, although she would not spend Wednesdays with Elijah. He didn't want anything to do with her. I would go out of my way for that. I would like to note she went there for 2+ months, staying in hotels with Ethan, who is 15, referring to coming down to Texas, and left Elijah with his grandparents. He finished up school in his vocational school and got his driver's license in that time, but he feels a sense of abandonment. I left them with her and she left him. I thought she would at least have the boys call me once a week, or she personally would answer my phone calls, or have them FaceTime me over Facebook. I have FaceTime Ethan in the very beginning about 3 times, and have not talked to them since. Elijah won't talk to me as he is upset I left. I fear that Nicole is living in a delusional state of manic depression and/or is bipolar. She has been taking antidepressants up until 2007. She at some point got the notion that she has parasites living in her. We at the time had gone to no less than 7 doctors, naturopaths, and people saying they can heal her. The breaking point was when she went to Eastern Washington to a naturopath medicine to heal her of her worms, and she told me it will never be healed. That was when she got back. She goes through episodes of sleeping days to being at the top of her game. I do not think she is a harm to the boys as she loves them very much, but I do worry about Munchausen's disease and her trying to convince my boys they have what she has. She also stated in an amended child support filing that she cannot work due to her condition. It is this very condition that is in question. I know that her parents and sister and children all love her and want nothing but the best for her. What I was proposing. Page 4. I was proposing on 11/26/2021. Both boys come stay with me for no less than 3 months, no more than 6 months. In this time, she can go get a mental evaluation and psychological evaluation. After the green light from the doctor or medical practitioner, we will alternate boys between Borger, Texas, and Huron, South Dakota. I will pay for travel or bring them myself. I will buy laptop computers for the boys and her, totaling 3, so we can FaceTime at least once a week or whenever they like. Ethan needs to be in a minimum of homeschooling program I will pay for, but he's already. Will not force either child to live with me, but do have accommodations for both children to have their own rooms. Do have a 5,000 square foot house for them with great amenities in the community. Plenty of working opportunities for Elijah while he is here. Lots of kids his age. Nicole is also welcome to come stay for a couple days at a time if she misses him. We will pay for the hotel, which is literally 1 block away, or she can stay with us, whichever she is comfortable doing. If she does not pass the evaluation, I will still allow the boys to visit at 3-month intervals until they are 18. If both or one of the boys are still living at home past 18, we will still maintain the visitations. I will also need a current address for her and the boys in Texas. My phone number is 605-350-2267. And that is a current phone number. I believe at this point she is trying or planning to keep the boys from me. There has been no effort on her part to have the boys contact me. I would make the boys call her if it was the other way around. Our boys are not possessions to manipulate. They will grow up and we will need to make sure they have all the tools to do so. I will come get both the boys from Texas after she moves all the way in. Maybe for a month the first time, then at 3-month intervals after they help her move in and get settled in. I will be 700 miles north or 12 hours, which is not as far. I want to work with her, but she has to work with all of us. I want to work with her and not work with us. If I do not hear from her kidnapped by the other parent, all I need to know is that she accepts these terms. A move-in date for her and a date when we can come get them. A notarized signature on this letter will be sufficient. Thank you. I only want to see my boys as well. Thank you, Richard Anderson. And my new email address, that's no longer good. My new email address is South Dakota Painting, all spelled out, at gmail.com.
Alienator presents with the 4 C's. He or she is cool, calm, convincing, and charming, and convincing. By contrast, the alienated parent, the targeted parent, has the 4 A's. He or she is anxious, agitated, angry, or afraid. And if you don't know to look for that pattern, and you interview each one, you think you've got it all figured out after the first interview with each person.
Only love can make it rain the way the beach is kissed by the sea. Only love can make it rain like the sweat of lovers laying in the fields. Love, rain on me.
Elijah, do you love your daddy?
Thank you.
Do you love your daddy, Elijah?
He gave